The same day repeated for 1,000 years. At the 5th floor in the office, Wu Chen said, "There is no one else here, second sister. Now that we are alone, you can share your ideas with me." As he poured wine, he said, "You came to Hong Kong to play, and since you want to play, I will play something fun with you." Xiang Xianan said, "Do not act like you know me well or understand my preferences." Wu Chen replied, "But I do know you well, perhaps even better than you know yourself, second sister. Are you willing to hear a recap of your past?" Xiang Xianan said, "Go on. Let me hear what rumors were on the streets." Wu Chen said, "Xiang's second sister is blessed to be a genius. When you were in 3rd grade, you attempted the junior high school promotion exam and were the top scorer in the city. You were called a once-in-a-lifetime genius. When you were 16, you entered Beijing University. At 19, you entered Cambridge. At 23, you wanted to become a scientist and prepared to pursue a Doctor of Philosophy degree, but because your father, who is a director, became ill, you were pulled back to the country and had to help lead the family's film business. Xiang's second sister, someone able to act and direct. Even you did not think the movie that you filmed would be popular, but it won the Golden Palm Award, making you the hottest newcomer within that circle. From then on, no matter what you did, whether you were lying down acting like a corpse or randomly filming a rock on the road, the industry's media would boast about you, saying that it was filmed or acted well." Xiang Xianan said, "You could find that old information on the streets and online. Is there even a need to recap this?" Wu Chen said, "Do not rush. What I have just said was only the main idea of second sister's transformation. Because from then on, you were able to instinctively resist the film and television industry. You, completely disappointed by your line of work, shifted your interest toward chasing thrills. From never having a crush, you experimented with your male secretary at the time. You started to become unstable, but the male secretary could not handle it and was unable to perform because of it. Someone as beautiful as you was willing to give up your virginity, yet he had no reaction whatsoever. This situation directly impacted the amount of dopamine you felt. Now, it is hard for you to experience excitement or happiness. Can this kind of information really be found on the internet?" As Xiang Xianan remained silent, Wu Chen continued. "After a year passed mindlessly, once you were introduced by a junket operator, you started to gamble. When you went in with 130,000, you came out with 7 million. All your previous successes relied on your family. But gambling was the first time you knew what it felt like to earn a lot of money by yourself. You were able to feel your dopamine production again. At the same time, you mistakenly thought you were the world's best female gambler. When you traveled around to the world's biggest casinos, within half a year you won 30 billion, and you became famous. But something so good would not last long. After half a year, your gambling luck vanished, and you lost 100 billion. The Xiang elder had to sell half of the family's assets just to pay off second sister's global debt. From then on, you were trapped in the villa in North America." "Second sister, did I say anything wrong?" Xiang Xianan said, "Looks like you came prepared. Did you really think having this old information would make me apologize for yesterday's news?" Wu Chen said, "I know you are bored from being locked up and came to Hong Kong to help your family and find some fun. I just hope that the fun you seek does not involve messing with my company. I will play with you." Xiang Xianan said, "You? What can you do for someone who is as delicate as glass?" Wu Chen took out a Smith & Wesson revolver. He said, "If you want something exciting, then let us play the most exciting one, Russian roulette." He handed over the revolver to Xiang Xianan. She said, "The most exciting? It seems like I will let go of messing up that little girl's film." She pointed it under her chin and said, "Are you serious? Both of us have a 50% chance of getting shot. I doubt you would risk your life to play with me, and I will not risk losing mine, so I bet there is a 100% chance your gun is empty." Wu Chen said, "Ah, second sister sees right through me. It looks like I have lost completely to you." He looked outside the window and said, "I cannot direct films well, and I cannot even play tricks on you." He opened the window and said, "Our film will be constantly crushed by second sister's movie. It is a complete loss for my investment, and as the loser, I will be kicked out by the Lai family. At the same time, Ding Ruilong will definitely take this opportunity to end my life. Instead of being so humiliated, why do I not?" Xiang Xianan began to sweat and said to herself, "This guy has a heart of glass. He really wants to jump out the window and commit suicide. I was only here to play, but I cannot be responsible for someone's death. Otherwise, grandfather will—" She stood up and said, "If you have anything to say, just say it. Do not think about—" Wu Chen grabbed her wrist and said, "It is not that I have not thought of it, second sister. Wu Chen pulled her close, pressing her large chest against his body, and said, "Right now, I really want to die." As Shang Xianan stood shocked and confused, Wu Chen jumped out the window, taking Shang Xianan with him, and shouted, "Second sister, let us both die together." Wu Chen and Shang Xianan fell from the building. Shang Xianan, in shock, said to herself, This guy, he is dragging me with him. I am about to die." Shang Xianan hugged Wu Chen tightly and said, "I do not." In a different location, Ah Huang typed on her laptop and said, "The program for this type of net and strong rubber cushion takes 2 minutes to complete, and the layout is exactly where it should be. This jerk is really playing with Xiang's second sister like that? That is insane. But it is fun, hey." As Wu Chen and Shang Xianan rapidly approached the huge balloon, they safely landed on it. Shang Xianan, still shocked, said, "I am not dead?" Wu Chen continued to feel Shang Xianan's attractive body on top of him. He said, "Second sister, from what I can tell, you have not peed yourself, but it is pretty wet. How about you go change into some pants?" Shang Xianan immediately jumped off Wu Chen. Wu Chen said, "Do you want to change your clothes first, second sister?" Shang Xianan looked back at him and said, Bao Jinhui said, "The way Miss Nan glared at you is really dangerous. Whenever she used to stare at anyone like that, whatever we did afterward would turn into a disaster." "Brother Wu, you played a little too much just now." Wu Chen said, "Do not worry, I can handle her situation. Today, you have to work overtime with me and push out the first episode's post-production. We need to take the samples back to Beijing as soon as possible." The next day, Wu Chen handed over the file and said to third young lady Chinger, "Third lady, this is a sample of the first episode of our new film. Please take a look." Wu Chen thought to himself, "Third lady looks slightly sick. Am I thinking too much into this?" Third young lady Chinger said, "The quality is indeed like a movie. Tomorrow, I will give this sample to the relevant personnel, and keeping up with other major television stations should not be a problem." Wu Chen said, "I understand. Please drink some tea, third lady." Third young lady Chinger suddenly coughed, cough, as she struggled to hold her tea. Wu Chen thought to himself, "The third lady, is she having difficulty eating or drinking?" Third young lady Chinger set the cup down and said, "Wu Yurong and I connected very smoothly, and most of the processes are done. Ensuring that you can finish shooting this drama is enough." She stood up and said, "I have a lot of things to do, so I will take my leave now." She suddenly collapsed into Wu Chen's arms. Wu Chen said, "Be careful." He sat her up and said, "Third lady, please sit." Third young lady Chinger said, "I think I just worked a little more than usual. I am just a little tired." Wu Chen said, "For the past few minutes, I noticed that you had trouble drinking and swallowing, coughed while drinking water, and your walk was unsteady. May I ask, third lady, do you have menstrual issues and constantly feel nauseous?" Third young lady Chinger said, "I think I have all of the symptoms you mentioned." Wu Chen asked, "Then do you have any lactation issues?" Third young lady Chinger said, How did you know?" Wu Chen said, "Third lady, you are sick. You must go to the hospital and get it checked. Going to hospitals outside the country would be best. At this stage, if anyone nationalizes the fact that you are sick, a lot of our investments would go to waste." He turned to Zhaozi and said, "Zhaozi, help me contact Dongdi's University Hospital. I have a friend who needs to be treated." Zhaozi said, "Mr. Wu, if you want the head doctor, the fastest you will get is 2 days, Wu Chen said. "Then 2 days it is. See you then." And 2 days later, the bald doctor said, "I suggest that you undergo the operation as soon as possible. There has been excessive radiation exposure to the tumor in your skull." Wu Chen asked third young lady Chinger, "Did you have any family medical history, or did you undergo any cranial radiotherapy in the past year?" Third young lady Chinger said, "My family does not have any medical history related to this, and I have not had any treatment before. The only thing I had was dental surgery 6 months ago. At that time, there were many checkups." Wu Chen said, Can you tell me more?" Third young lady Chinger replied, "Actually, it is a little hard to open my mouth." Wu Chen said, "This might actually be very important, third lady. I hope you can tell me everything you know." Third young lady Chinger said, "Once, I played a little too much in Wenzhou, and I did not know where the butler got the confidence to take advantage of the situation." She thought to herself, "For half a day I was harassed by him until I finally woke up and realized something was wrong. I was so furious I cut off his private parts. But since he was still a man, he still had some energy in him and ended up breaking one of my teeth." Wu Chen said, "I understand. Third lady, please send me the report that the dentist gave you at the time." Third young lady Chinger said, "Sure." Wu Chen looked at the records and said, "Dr. Fang Jingyu." He thought to himself, "The name sounds familiar. Let me think." Third young lady Chinger said, Wu Chen, let me say this surgery is a big one. Even if it is done at Dongdi's University Hospital, no one can guarantee it will be 100% successful. If the time really comes, I do not want to have any regrets. If the surgery fails, I hope you can take care of my husband for me. You know his intelligence level. Without me, he will not be able to handle all of this. The Wu family, the Middle East, the new film, the television films, and so on. If he stays here, he will not be able to make sense of them all. Helping him would be helping yourself. Wu Chen asked, Third lady, are you really that invested in this? Third young lady Chinger said, even though he is a little below average, he is still very cute. On the other hand, I can only say there are very few women who would not envy your strength, and even I cannot avoid this. I might be a bit jealous, but I really want all of you. As the night deepened, third young lady Chinger moaned with pleasure, saying, Ah, ha, ah. Within a few moments later, third young lady Chinger, shocked and exhausted, could hardly believe her own body. Wu Chen held her and said, no matter what happens, I hope your operation is successful. Also, I finally remembered that dentist, Fang Jingyu. She was Wu Yurong's best friend during their studies. Third young lady Chinger asked, what does that mean? Wu Chen explained, one is the renowned beauty Fang Jingyu, who has always been overshadowed by Wu Yurong since they were young. She has never fully accepted it. When Wu Yurong discovered the things Fang Jingyu hid behind her back, the two completely fell out. Just because she wanted to find something Wu Yurong relied on, Fang Jingyu has always been helping your Liu family's second lady do things. In other words, I believe this situation is not that simple. I will make sure the truth comes to light. 2 days later, in surgery during the operation, Zhaozi said to Wu Chen, Mr. Wu, the head doctor is our best surgeon here. Your friend has been very lucky so far, and I believe the operation will be successful. Wu Chen said, Wu Chen's phone suddenly rang. He said to Zhaozi, excuse me, Zhaozi, I have to take this call. He walked outside and said, hello? Miss Rong, what happened? Wu Yurong said, I saw the messages you sent. For the past 2 days, have you gone to see Fang Jingyu? Wu Chen, you can chase any other girl in this world, but absolutely not her. I will not allow you to see her. Wu Chen replied, I am not interested in Fang Jingyu. I am investigating something. I was afraid you would misunderstand, so I am informing you in advance. Wu Yurong said, Wu Chen said, the thing you are worried about will never happen, Sister Rong. I have other matters to attend to. Let us talk later. Zhaozi spoke to the doctor and asked how was the surgery. The doctor replied, everything went smoothly. The patient just needs to focus on post-operative recovery. Wu Chen said to Zhaozi, Miss Zhou, please take care of my friend for the next few days. Zhaozi said, Mr. Wu always arranges everything on his own. Wu Chen said, given our relationship, which is as reliable as your name, we can trust each other completely. As Wu Chen held the delicate, soft hands of Zhaozi, he then walked away and waved at her. Zhaozi whispered to herself, there is no such thing as complete trust. It is just my wishful thinking. The next day, in the capital city, Wu Chen watched from his Chinese knockoff tablet while sipping his cold cup of coffee. The Liu family's second young master said, it has been 3 days. The third young master keeps asking. If he does not get an answer, he will abandon the project in the Middle East and come back to cause trouble. The Liu family's second mistress said, is that not good? If he does not do it, you can do it. The second young master replied, we usually have minor disputes that do not matter, but the third young master will go to extremes for his wife. If he makes a big scene, the Liu family's reputation will be ruined. Who would want to associate with a fractured Liu family? He threw his cup on the ground. The second mistress said, but, I really do not know where she went. It is not my doing this time. Wu Chen said, I thought the weak third young master would not react so strongly, but he did. The Wu family has entered the final stage of the Middle East project. He cannot mess it up. As he set down his cup, Wu Chen called Ah Huang and said, Sister, I have sent you a photo of the Liu family's third young mistress. Can you create a video of her supervising the filming of a drama in Hong Kong? I need it. Ah Huang said, again? You said you would take me out to have fun. But for the past 3 days I have been working non-stop on post-production. Wu Chen replied, finish what I just asked you to do, and then I will tell you about the fun things. Ah Huang said, all right, but do not trick me. Wu Chen thought to himself, if I create the video and send it to the third young master's informant in the Middle East, he should calm down. He said aloud, I have also finished analyzing Fang Jingyu's data. As he looked at the tablet again, he noticed something and said, it is astonishingly regular. The clinic opens at 9:30 in the morning and closes at 6:30 in the evening every day. Customer information is never recorded electronically. Everything is handwritten. He thought, if something is unusual, there must be something strange going on. Interesting, Fang Jingyu. A few moments later, Wu Chen sneaked inside and thought, although I do not know what you are hiding, I will find out. These are just statistics on the consumption of equipment and medicinal materials. The customer list and detailed medical records are not here. There is a hidden door here. He then turned the vase, and a vault suddenly appeared. As Wu Chen reached for the documents, a snake leapt out of the vault and bit him in the neck. He said to himself, oh no, there is a snake inside? It is a venomous snake. I did not expect to get caught off guard in this gutter. Suddenly, Fang Jingyu arrived in shock, staring at Wu Chen. She grabbed the document from him and said, who are you? What are you doing with my customer records? Wu Chen thought to himself, there are 15 minutes left before the poison takes full effect. Since she is here, I need to extract as much information as I can during this time. Wu Chen said aloud. The Liu family's third young mistress developed a brain tumor from excessive radiation exposure. It was your doing, was it not? I just read all your reports. Fang Jingyu said, so what? If she had not died by my hand, she would have died elsewhere. If she is to die anyway, it is better that she dies for me and becomes a stepping stone for my advancement. Wu Chen grinned and said, how high do you have to climb to deal with Wu Yurong? Fang Jingyu was shocked. Who are you? As she recalled Wu Yurong, Wu Chen continued, after currying favor with the Liu family's second young mistress for many years, you finally entered the wealthy circle. Now, your career is somewhat successful, but there is still a significant gap between you and Wu Yurong. Seeing that you cannot close this gap, you plan to eliminate Wu Yurong, do you not? Fang Jingyu said, so, you have not seen these materials yet, huh? Trying to extract information from me? Wu Chen replied, I know all about your past, Fang Jingyu. You cannot hide anything from me. Both you and Wu Yurong were equally beautiful, always the center of attention during elementary and middle school. But one was nicknamed Cow for her large chest, and the other Runway for her small chest. In high school and university, Wu Yurong gradually became the most beautiful woman in Donghai, while you became her foil, forgotten by superficial men. You started secretly competing with Wu Yurong. When her marriage was unhappy, you found a man who seemed ideal to outsiders. Later, Wu Yurong killed her husband, had a test tube baby, and became a black widow in the business world, while still maintaining her chastity. Meanwhile, you lost your virginity and felt uncomfortable every time you thought of Wu Yurong. Soon after, you became pregnant, but unresolved issues pushed you to the brink of divorce. On a stormy night, you fought with your husband, fell down the stairs, and had a miscarriage. To make matters worse, that fall made you permanently unable to become a mother. This fueled your hatred for Wu Yurong. Irrationally, you tampered with the bath lotion you gave her, hoping to ruin her skin and steal her title as the most beautiful woman in Donghai. But the plan failed, and the two of you became enemies. Fang Jingyu said, everything you said is correct. But are you sure you know what I am planning to do? In a few minutes, you will be a corpse. If you discover something, I will find out who you are and erase all traces. I am already halfway through. I will not let anything go wrong. Wu Chen thought to himself, as expected, she is up to something. Although I did not guess it exactly, I will soon find out everything. System reset. Time resets to 8:40 in the morning. Wu Chen enters the room with a knife and immediately stabs the snake before it can bite him. Now able to access the vault safely, Wu Chen retrieves the documents and says to himself, let me see. What secrets are hidden in here? He reads, Fang Jingyu used a high-frequency electron gun for the oral examination of the third young mistress. The frequency was gradually increased with continuous checks. Wu Chen continues, let me see if there are others with similar conditions as the third young mistress. There are indeed others. Within roughly the same time frame, she conducted similar operations on 5 other individuals. Could these 5 people have the same illness? I need to hack into the hospital systems to check. A few taps later, good heavens! All 5, like the third young mistress, have intracranial tumors induced by excessive radiation. With this data, Fang Jingyu can kill without leaving a trace. But who is her real target? He checks the archival records. Wang Xiaomei? Teeth cleaning and care? Wait, this is Song Xuan's best friend, Wang Xiaomei. Could it be? He searches further. The Wang and Fang families used to be neighbors and were very close. Wang Xiaomei even recognized Fang Jingyu as her godmother. But they lost contact after the divorce. They reconnected when Wang Xiaomei went to university in the capital city. Wang Xiaomei once complained to her godmother that Song Xuan was spending long hours in the recording studio, and their relationship was becoming distant. Fang Jingyu, initially indifferent, saw a photo of the two and then paid to build a similar recording studio at Wang Xiaomei's home. Wang Xiaomei messaged her godmother, "With a recording studio, Xuan can practice singing at my house, and we can be inseparable like before. I owe it all to my godmother's love." She even sent a picture. Wu Chen said, in other words, Fang Jingyu recognized Song Xuan as Wu Yurong's daughter. With the proper setup, using Wang Xiaomei's recording studio, she could induce an intracranial tumor in Song Xuan through prolonged exposure to radiation. Let me cross-check the timelines one last time. He looks again. As expected, Fang Jingyu built the studio for Wang Xiaomei after the third young mistress and the other 5 victims. To get revenge on Sister Rong and kill Song Xuan, she did not even spare her own goddaughter. Now I just need to wait for the poisonous woman to return. 2 minutes later, Fang Jingyu opens the door. Wu Chen suddenly chops her neck. She falls. She gasps, "Impossible! You were not bitten by the snake!" Wu Chen replied, "I am in a hurry, no time to chat." Half a day later, at the recording studio, Song Xuan, sweating, said, "Eh? Senior? What is going on here?" Wu Chen said, "Song Xuan, practice singing another day. Your friend's recording studio needs to be dismantled immediately." The gang storms the studio and begins tearing it apart. Wang Xiaomei said, "Senior, you are too domineering. Why are you tearing down my house? If you do not give me an explanation, we are not done here." Wu Chen replied, "See for yourself. There is a high-frequency electron gun hidden in the speakers. The excessive electromagnetic radiation in this recording studio is killing you. We will discuss the details later. Both of you go to the hospital for a full-body checkup immediately. Do not delay. Hurry." A few moments later, the ambulance arrived. Wu Chen said to the doctor, "Notify me as soon as the results come out." Wu Yurong suddenly arrived and asked, "Husband, what is going on?" After explaining Fang Jingyu's experiment on the third young mistress and others, and her plot against Song Xuan using her goddaughter, Wang Xiaomei, Wu Yurong said, "She is worse than a beast." Wu Chen said, "I have brought her to Donghai. How you deal with her, Sister Rong, is up to you." A few hours later, Wu Yurong slapped Fang Jingyu in the face and shouted, "After all these years, I thought you had forgotten the past. I did not expect you." Fang Jingyu sneered, "Forgotten? Ha! Are you not still secretly investigating me behind my back?" Wu Yurong said, "I investigated you. I have." Before she could say the word illness, Wu Chen gently held Wu Yurong's soft shoulders and said, "Yurong, there is no need to waste words with her." He thought to himself, "This all started with the third young mistress's illness. I stumbled onto it by accident." Fang Jingyu said coldly, "The victor becomes the king, and the defeated becomes the outlaw. Since I have fallen into your hands, I have nothing more to say. But it is a pity I will not witness the moment your child is buried." Wu Yurong said, "I never understood why you inexplicably aborted your child and divorced, nor why you are now hurting Xuan. What did I ever do to make you hate me so much?" Fang Jingyu replied, "You do not need to understand, and I do not need to explain. This lifetime, it is just like this." Wu Yurong said, "That is right. The causes and consequences no longer matter. But if you dare to touch Xuan, then you must be fully prepared." As Wu Chen and Wu Yurong walked away, and sent a few moments later, in Wu Chen's Chinese sports car, he handed over a button to Wu Yurong and said, "Here, Sister Rong." Without asking, Wu Yurong pressed the large red button. Suddenly, a cage opened, and several snakes were released, slithering toward Fang Jingyu. Wu Yurong said, "Husband, my head hurts so much. I want to kill many people. You must find a way to stop me, or I will truly lose control." Wu Chen said, "It is okay, Sister Rong. You can kill me as hard as you want. We will talk about the rest later." A few moments later, Wu Chen asked, feeling better. Wu Yurong stood up and said, "Half and half. Let my husband take a break. I will go take a shower first." Suddenly, Wu Chen's phone rang. The doctor said, "Mr. Wu, the test results are out. Song Xuan's condition is relatively better. The troublesome one is Wang Xiaomei." Wu Chen replied, "Okay, I understand. Next, follow the doctor's instructions for treatment." He thought to himself, "I used to be engrossed in maneuvering among the various families, neglecting the darkness hidden in people's hearts. Things like what Fang Jingyu did must never happen again." Wu Chen picked up his tablet. On the screen, Ah Huang appeared in a video call. She said, "Hey Wu Chen, Gu Ruibo and Bao Zhenhui cannot handle things here. That second Miss Xiang is back, and no one can control her. Several actors have been driven crazy by her. The drama can no longer be filmed." Meanwhile, Ah Huang hacked into Wu Chen's computer. Wu Chen said, Mao Rusong? Mao Rusong said, "Mr. Wu, The previous real estate clearance only just ended. The film base began construction a few days ago, but there have been continuous strange incidents over the past 2 days, almost stopping the work. Could you come and take a look? Wu Chen replied, Mao, I will send you instructions for Pingzhou's situation later. Do not worry, just follow my lead. Dear sister, I will send you a framework. Please complete what remains unfinished. Then he mumbled some gibberish. Huang continued, Hey, Wu Chen, I can help you with the code, but I have no idea where to get the items you mentioned. Wu Chen said, If you do not know, ask Weibo and Bao Zhenhui. I will be heading to Hong Kong tomorrow, but today I need to persuade someone. A few moments later, as the alcohol sparkled in the kitchen, Wu Chen said to Li Rubing, Darling, come taste my cooking. Li Rubing replied, You called me just for a barbecue? Do you have any idea how difficult it is to make that royal special perfume? I have been really busy lately. Wu Chen hugged her tightly and said, I know, but once the Middle Eastern project succeeds, Wu Yurong will become even stronger. You do not want to fall behind her, do you? Li Rubing replied, You are always making me angry while helping that annoying woman make billions. Wu Chen said, I can give you even more. Li Rubing glared at him. Bad guy. Wait, are you trying to trick me again? Tell me, what do you want this time? Wu Chen continued to hold her close and said, Sigh, darling, you are so smart that I cannot resist you. How about we? Li Rubing pushed him away and said, Oh, come on, let us talk business first. What do you want? Wu Chen said, The film base and the new drama shoot are being maliciously targeted by the Xiang family. We cannot make any progress on either front. To solve this problem once and for all, I need the second daughter of the Xiang family to become my woman. Li Rubing raised an eyebrow. Isn't chasing women your specialty? What, you cannot handle Xiang heir and need my help? Wu Chen said, Darling, you misunderstood. Xiang Xianen is a wild horse, wilder than even Yurong. If we do not tame her from the start, you will face even more trouble later on. Li Rubing thought of Wu Yurong, doubled in intensity, and groaned. I cannot stand another unruly woman. My head hurts just thinking about it. She pulled Wu Chen closer and said, Fine, I will go with you to tame Xiang heir. But now, you need to accept punishment, or I will not be able to let this go. And in a few moments later, in bed, Li Rubing lay down seductively and said, Let me tell you, I will not move an inch today. So do you have the skill to make me happy? Wu Chen said, Darling, you have only seen a few of my tricks. Let me show you. Suddenly, Li Rubing felt something small between her legs and gasped. What are you doing, you bad guy? Elsewhere, Li Rubing confronted Xiang Xianen. You have been causing trouble for my husband. He might tolerate it, but I cannot. She pointed a gun at her. Xiang Xianan laughed. The whole world knows I have been causing trouble with Wu Chen for days. Li Rubing, do you dare kill me here? That is funny. Li Rubing slapped her beautiful face with the gun. Xiang Xianan staggered and said in pain, You really dare? She collapsed to the floor. When the basement prop storage room, Bao Zhenhui said, Are you really going to kill the second sister? Is there no other way? Wu Chen replied, Zhen Xiao, I cannot shoot my new drama or build the film base. And this is not the first time she has done this to me. If I let her go, who knows when there will be a third or fourth time. The project delays are costing me so much money. Can you calculate the loss? Bao Zhenhui said, What about after you kill her? Will the Shang family let it go? Wu Chen said, If it were anyone else in the Shang family, I would worry. But Shang heir is different, arrogant and independent. She has been isolated in North America for a long time, and even when she causes trouble, she acts alone. Even if she has henchmen, they are not regulars. In short, very few people interact with her. Xiang Xianen stirred awake and whispered to herself, Are they planning to kill me? Bao Zhenhui asked, So, what now? Huang held up her tablet and said, Look here, this is the facial scan data of Xiang heir. Finding someone of similar height and sending them to South Korea for plastic surgery to look like her is not hard. Li Rubing said, with a built-in voice modulator, We can make them sound like her too. Finally, have this fake Xiang Xianen obediently return to North America. Wu Chen said, Huang, use the voice modulator and say something to Zhen Xiao. Let us see if he can tell the difference. Huang said, in Xiang heir's exact voice, My little Hui Hui, you seem more manly after a few years, not bad. Wow, even the abs. Pull up your shirt and let sister take a look. Bao Zhenhui cried out, Holy cow, that tone, that pitch, it is exactly like the second sister. Li Rubing added, He Shikin's body and height are similar to Xiang heir's. Since she does not have any other tasks, she can play the role of Xiang heir. Wu Chen smiled and said, As expected of my Rubing. You found the best candidate right away. Xiang Xianan said to herself, an unimaginable method. If I had not heard it myself, I would never believe they could come up with this. Li Rubing said, since everything is arranged, I will get started. She looked at the pretending to sleep Xiang Xianan. Suddenly, Xiang Xianan opened her eyes and muttered, Li Rubing. She suddenly grabbed a knife, charged at Li Rubing, and shouted, You move your X? In one swift motion, she managed to slash Li Rubing's throat. Wu Chen, Ah Huang, and Bao Zhenhui were all shocked. Xiang Xianan turned to Wu Chen and said coldly, And you. She stabbed Wu Chen in the stomach. Wu Chen screamed like a little girl. Ah! Xiang Xianan sneered and said to Bao Zhenhui, Little Hui Hui, they tried to kill me first. Now that they are dead, what about you? Are you still going to help them? Bao Zhenhui stood frozen, sweating and stunned. Suddenly, Wu Chen clapped his hands and said, Decisive action, impressive lines, and those eyes. Thank you again for the acting guidance, Xiang Er. Xiang Xianan was stunned. She looked around and said, Filming? They were not really trying to kill me? She looked at Li Rubing and muttered, Li Rubing is not dead. But that feeling just now, why did it feel so real? Ah Huang grinned and said, Of course, it was just filming, hee. Controlling indoor scenes with a single program is easy. Also, when someone is fully immersed and focused on one point, they cannot clearly recall sensations from another. Xiang Xianan turned to Wu Chen and said, Fine. The sensation of cutting Li Rubing's throat might have been an illusion. But Wu Chen, am I also mistaken about stabbing through your stomach? Wu Chen took off his shirt and revealed a special film prop. Enhanced magic props can create a through-and-through effect anywhere, he continued. In filming, not every step needs high-tech. Modified magic props can create equally shocking effects. Xiang Xianan trembled slightly. She muttered to herself, This man, Wu Chen, he played me again. Wu Chen thought, Her body is twitching again. That means the timing is right. This is a secret I learned across 1,000 years of reincarnation. After losing to the same person twice, her pride will start to waver. At this point, flirting with her becomes normal difficulty instead of extremely difficult. Wu Chen suddenly stepped closer and said, Second miss, if Ruobing and I observed correctly, you are twitching again. Is it like last time? Do you need to change your pants? Xiang Xianan scowled and said, Fine, you are good at this. But what about Ping Zhou? Can you handle it as easily? Wu Chen laughed. Ping Zhou? That's far easier than playing with you in Hong Kong. He reached out and touched her shoulder. Xiang Xianan flinched and thought, suddenly touching. This guy. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.